I like vulnerable women. You know, type that's got nothing to lose, something to gain. Saddest birds sing the loudest. Boy, do they sing. I simply lay out the bait and wait for a bite. I like vulnerability because I understand it, what drives it, what creates it, how to use it. I remember room 63. Street light flickered across its window. When I laid my jacket on a chair, the smell of shit heavy in my nostrils. The thin walls echoed the outside commotion, the hustle of the staff, the cries of its residents, a far cry from where you'd want to be. Her thin white hair fell across her shoulders as she slept. The lipstick she wore a stark contrast to the frail body it decorated. I wonder what color her hair used to be. What love, heartache, and grief she'd endured a lifetime away from room 63. When her eyes did open, she reached her hand over to the bedside table, ran her finger across an array of pill bottles until she opted for the one furthest on the left, washing down 2 pills before setting her eyes on me. She asked me for a cigarette. There was one cigarette case by the windowsill, looked hand-painted, antique almost. So she reached her hand under her pillow to retrieve a lighter and closed her eyes. She took her first drag. "You're not what I expected," she said. "What is it you expected?" She didn't answer, just loosened the sheets and made her way up to the chair opposite me. When a wolf hunts its prey, it begins by assessing the herd, stalking for miles to sniff out the weaker game of endurance. When it finally decides upon its prey, it waits, improving the odds of a fruitful hunt. We sat there staring out the window for a long while before she said anything to me. She ran her finger across the window, taking the dust off. Why, she was dancing with her memories. The past soon faded into the walls that shrouded her. As she touched the sheepskin of my jacket, she said, "You should raise the collar." You be familiar with the Faustian bargain, Folklore that surrounds it, the rich tapestry of literature, paints somewhat of a fable, tale of morality and trickery. The darkness turned that window into a mirror, which she studied herself in as I handed her a slip of paper. She struggled to see what she was writing, and the ink bled through the page onto the lace napery, making it hard to define. I took the cigarette butt from her mouth, held it against that slip of paper, and let it burn amongst the butts in the ashtray. She took a drink. Water dripping down her lip as she failed to steady her hand. An image I knew well. Well, I said to spread her legs. She got on the bed, lifted her knees, and widened the gap between her thighs. Oh, a mousetrap is a very simple mechanism. It's a spring, latch, and some peanut butter. You pull the spring down, attach the latch to some bait, and snap. Oh, I was unbuckling my belt when I saw it. Small crucifix hanging from the chain around her necklace. Take it off, I told her. She fumbled and struggled for a long while, her unsteady hand failing to unclasp the link on the chain, and finally, she got it off. She placed it with the pill bottles on the bedside table. I lifted her night skirt and moved my tongue across her throat. Remember her fingers curling around a mattress, all the tears rolling down her cheeks. She never took her eyes off it. The crucifix, something about the way the light bounced off the silver. Please, Lord, save me from lying lips and deceitful tongues. Yes. Psalm 130, verse 5. I lifted her head with a fistful of hair. As her pain grew, so did the sensation. I hit my stride as I placed my hands around her neck. The tighter my grip, the more she struggled, fighting in the corner like a cornered animal. Her eyes turning red as she clawed at my fingers, and I only stopped as her hands fell limp by her side. Huh? Shower ran hot, but I could not remove her stink. Although the soap, a welcome aroma, failed to mask what clung to me. Suppose the grimmer the hunt, the bigger the reward. An eternity in flames is no small price to pay, but one that must be paid. A deal is a deal. Put a towel around my waist, cigarette between my teeth, and sat there with the corpse sprawled on the mattress. It was a vulgar display. Purpled neck, bloodied nightdress. Oh, poor fucker. Like a bloodhound chasing game, the night was fruitful. Another soul locked between my jaws. As I put the sheepskin around my body, I remember what she said about the collar, so I lifted it soothingly over my neck. I had promised her the holy city, to stand on the highest point of the temple. Oh, if I close my eyes, I can hear her screams from the flames, her skin bubbling in the fire. Oh, yes. Room 63 did not feel so bad after I closed the door behind me.